Are you ready for the next up-and-coming digital war? Stay tuned. You really don't want to miss this one. Hi guys, on this video we're gonna have a walkthrough, basically, or a recap of something that I seen last week in regards to President Biden having a conference with China's President Xi Jinping. And it really caught my attention because of what he said and where we're heading as a country and where China's heading as a country as well. And oftentimes you can get a lot of information and you could pick up different information from what just people say. And I want to play this video before I get into the topic. I'm not going to make this video too long, but I'm going to play this video, and I want you guys to stay to the end because I'm going to recap and I'm going to talk about certain points that he mentions, okay? And what we need to do as a country and how this strategy can help you in your investments moving forward, okay? So let me play this video really quick and then we'll get right back to it.
Last night I was on the phone for 2 straight hours with Xi Jinping, and you all know as well as I do these folks, and it was a good conversation. I know him well. We spent a lot of time together over the years I was vice president, and you know, we don't get moving, they're gonna eat our lunch. They have major new initiatives on rail, and they already have rail that goes 225 miles an hour with ease. They're working very hard to do what I think we're going to have to do. And I think the automobile industry is already there, and so is labor. They're working very hard to try to move in a position where they end up being the source of a new way in which to power automobiles. But they're going to invest a lot of money. They're investing billions of dollars in dealing with a whole range of issues that relate to transportation, the environment, and a whole range of other things. So we just have to step up. And so what I'm going to talk to these folks about, since they're the key committee, is how we begin this. I've laid out what I think I have to do. We should be doing. They have a plan as well within their jurisdiction, but they're also very competent senators who know a lot more than beyond their jurisdiction about the things it needs. So I'm looking for a fulsome conversation. So
they're gonna eat our lunch if we don't get moving, guys. You see, this video really touched a nerve on me, because when he said they're gonna eat our lunch, it's like, what the fuck have we been doing? Or what are we doing as a country, as a business? At the end of the day, this is all business, guys. At the end of the day, everything you do is a business transaction, and really, and to hear these words come out of the president, that they're going to eat our lunch, it really touched me in terms of what we're doing, but we can really do something, and I think we will do something. I told you once, and I repeated it back. I'm going to repeat it back to you. We connect the dots on this channel. So we are in a digital war, guys. We are no longer going to be, I don't think countries are no longer going to be fighting with weapons, which they still can. But the bigger countries, the USA, the Russians, the Chinese, I think we've led our society to come to a digital war. Because at the end of the day, everybody, every country, the number one thing that they're after is power. And with time, power has been able to be accessed through technology. China is doing their thing in trying to capture that power, and so are we. But we need to speed up, because the Chinese are way ahead of us right now, I think. Within that conversation that he had, there was a certain things that he mentioned, okay? I'm going to point them out. And I want you guys to really focus in on this, because This can help you in your investing moving forward, okay? He mentioned a couple of things. He mentioned railways, which is transportation. He mentioned that they're investing heavily in auto EV. He mentioned that they're investing heavily in power, right? That could be sun power. That could be, new forms of cleaner forms of power. And he says they're investing heavily in their environment. So what does that tell you guys? That tells you that if he's saying this, that means, and he's already said it on the news, that he's looking for transportation. Biden he's looking to expand in the EV market. A lot of similarities come through. So if he's saying that, guys, that means he's going to pump these markets with, money. So then that way, you're one step ahead of the game. You can invest in companies like Lucid Motors, CCIV. You can invest in companies like Switchback Energy, which is the largest provider of, refuels on their electrical vehicles in the US. Okay? So this is setting up for you to do your own research and be able to buy stock now that in 5-10 years from now will be worth a lot more money. And I'm telling you one thing, and I did a previous video on this topic. It was called the Digital Revolution. Intel, I think, in my opinion, will be $100 company this year because they're the number one provider in the US, okay? They've been asleep for a long time, but they switched out their CEO and they're getting a huge push right now. Okay? I think it's going to gain a lot of momentum. I think Intel moving forward will be $100 company this year. Just because what they do, they're a huge provider of chips, semiconductors. They do a lot of things, guys. You guys really need to be looking into Intel, okay? With that, guys, I just wanted to give you that information. I didn't want to make it too long, but I wanted you to grab that information and then dissect it, and then you take your own, you put your own thing together and you make your own final judgment. But with that, guys, I keep telling you guys, follow us on Investing OG on Twitter, because that's where we give our latest information. We're always updating what we're doing, stuff like that, okay? With that, guys, if you guys found any of this information useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so that way you guys can get these notifications every time we release a new video, okay? With that, guys, I'll see you on the next one.